What is hatching, Toga peeps? Oldmantup coming at you today with another NPA Season 4 video, and today it is Week 7 versus my opponent, who is Sleeping Knight 77, aka Kyle W, not Kyle A, Kyle W. And Kyle is coming in 1-5 into this matchup, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember if he took over this team or if he was the original coach. We've had so many switches this season, it's been ridiculous. I'm gonna guess, based off of how many transactions are on his page, that he inherited this team. So that explains some of the general intrigue as to the way this team is built, tailored to him. And what we can see that he brought is Polytoad, Guzzlord, Cloyster, Necrozma, Monferno, and Subalert Whoop thing, Cricketune. And really surprised not to see Escavalier, Electros, or Dugtrio, because we prepped really hard for Dugtrio. But we don't see that, so the Shed Shell on Empoleon is a moot point, and we're not getting leftovers, which makes me sad face. But that is that. If you want to know exactly what we brought, check the team builder from yesterday. As far as I know, all of my sets were correct this week, so check it out. But the first thing I notice is he does not have a Dragon Resist on his team. And straight out the gate, our Zygarde outspeeds everything naturally on his team. So we have Zygarde, Mega Beedrill, and Lucario, which just downright outpaces everything on his team, which is just insane to know right out at the beginning, which makes me wonder if he's going to try some tricksy shenanigans in order to get a W here. Obvious threats on his team are the possibility of Shell Smash Cloyster, because that would just be sadness, because Shell Smash Cloyster will run a number on our team. So we don't want to see that happen. Not really fearing a lot coming right out the gate. Questioned whether or not to lead Mega Beedrill, with the possibility of him anticipating that, because we do have the tendency to lead Mega Beedrill a lot when we have it, just to get off that quick, fast, powerful adaptability U-turn. And he's going to send out It Rains now, which is his Polytoad, and we're going to lead off with Big Burb, knowing that he didn't have anything that hit us super duper hard right off the bat, and we could just, with what he brought, Volt Switch for days. And that is another wonderful thing. We are just going to straight out Volt Switch, and that does approximately 50%, so really not thinking this is an Assault Vest attacker, but most likely the Damp Rock variant. Yeah, cancel that, because we're gonna see leftovers here. Hugh, just kidding, fooled ya, didn't I? Fooled myself. He's gonna rock a Focus Blast here, and I'm just like, woof. Well, for one, he outsped us, which was a little surprising. He's gonna get a critical hit there, which was just like, I couldn't believe that was a critical hit. Really wouldn't have done more than 50% without that crit, in my opinion. I could be wrong, did not calc it myself, but put a timer on this thing with the Toxic, as it cannot do anything outside of rest to get its health back, or, you know, maybe the niche Aquaring if he decided to. So predicting another Focus Blast, because I don't think he can do anything else that will kill us in the rain. He's just going to go for the Focus Blast. It does hit again, and we are able to go into our Aromatisse here. And we're just going to be able to set up a Protect. He can Scald us, try and get as much damage as he can, but the rain is going to be running out soon, so even if he burns us at this point, we're going to, which he does on his first Scald, we are going to be able to just Wish Protect to slowly whittle this thing down with the Toxic that is currently up on it. This is the third turn, I believe. He's going to be accruing Toxic damage, so that is really going to start hurting what he has. Now at this point, I have to decide, do I want to just Protect, or do I want to switch out, predicting the predicting a Scald, or is he going to get cheeky and go for Focus Blast, which is exactly what he does, predicting the switch out into Empoleon. So we're back to full health. We'll be down the burn damage after turn effects come in, and he's getting to the point where he has 1 or 2 more turns max before this Politoed is just going to straight drop. He's going to stay in, just go for a Scald. Again, I really thought he would switch out into something else at this point, but he is going to stay in, and after those leftovers, I'm pretty sure he will survive the effects of the Toxic on this. But next turn, we can pretty much... Oh, nope, he is going to go down to Poison this turn. Shut my mouth, spank my butt, and call me Charlie. Anyways, we are going to be sitting at a really, really good point here. Monferno can come out. The only thing he can really do to the defense we have here is a possible Poison Jab with Z move. If that is what he is rocking, he's going to go for the Flare Blitz there. That is going to do a pretty decent chunk of damage for a not fully evolved Pokemon. And we're just going to Volt Switch out here. Really surprised that we outpaced him at that point, because we don't have that much speed investment, which makes me wonder if he is max attack, max HP. But we do get that set up. And he's going to set up Stealth Rocks as we Volt Switch, which was very surprising to me, but very important for him to get those rocks up and punish my Mons as they are switched in, namely the Zapdos, who doesn't want to be taking rocks damage every single time it Volt Switches out. But he is going to reveal that he is going for the Acid Downpour, and he has Poison Jab. This is going to be more than enough to take us out. This was a really good call on his point. He scouted us the first turn with the Flare Blitz, and he got us there. Was so close to clicking Protect just to see what he would do, but alas, that was not the case, and Aromatisse is going to go down to that Monferno. So we are just going to Mega up here, and if I'm not mistaken, just U-turn out, because it's a really powerful hit on anything. Or, you know, I'm not even remembering anything at all. He's going to Mach Punch here, and that does a pretty insignificant chunk. We're just going to Poison Jab, because, you know, Poison Jab's really effective against a lot of his stuff, too. And that is going to take out his Monferno. U-turn must have been a roll at that point to take it out. And Kricketune going to come out, and this is one of the few things we don't have a really good hit for. So we are just going to U-turn, and that does so much damage. And poor Kricketune is almost dead after that. It is going to go for the Aerial Ace, which it was packing as tech for the Mega Beedrill. Unfortunately, we switched out, and it is going to be a resisted hit on Big Burb here, which is just awesome sauce. We're just going to go straight away for the Heat Wave. Not going to try any shenanigans. We don't want to get caught or toxic or anything that is going to lessen the longevity of our Big Burb, the Zapdos. And here he's going to bring out his Guzzlord. Again, we're just going to Volt Switch out on this thing, and that does next to nothing. But Guzzlord is a pretty fat mon. Gonna switch out Poseidon here, because not exactly certain what he would want to do at this point, but he's going to go for the Stone Edge, and that does very little damage. We are going to get off the Toxic here, which is going to put this thing on a timer. And again, Empoleon is just coming in and doing all the things to everything. He's going to go for the knockoff there. Gets critical hit. Really don't think that mattered after how much damage the Stone Edge did. And that will reveal our Shed Shell, But he is toxic. He gets the Beast Boost, which, if I'm not mistaken, was attack. We're just going to bring Mega Beedrill out here, and because he is Dark type, right? He's Dragon Dart. Yep. That's super effective. We're going to U-turn out, and that is just going to destroy that thing's face, which is good for us, not good for him. Going to go back out into Big Burb again. Again, just going to get our face ravaged by those stealth rocks that were set up. And he's going to bring in Living Color here, which is his Necrozma. Now, this is where things start to get hinky. I don't like Necrozma. It does too many tricksy things that just make Schmeagle very sad. Gonna go into Baron. Even if you went for a Photon Geyser at that point, I believe we live 1. And he's gonna set up an Iron Defense. I'm like, okay. He's gonna set up Iron Defense. He's probably gonna start setting up Calm Minds. And he's going to be the stored power variant with which whatever recovery he will have, he's going to do. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He has 1 Iron Defense set up, which is +2. And he has 1 Calm Mind set up, which is a +1 in special attack and special defense. And that is no bueno. We're going to go for another crunch here just to gauge the damage, and we're going to hit a huge crit here. And he's just going to set up another Iron Defense. I'm just like, oh, jeez. So, even with that crit, we're not going to be able to take him out with another crunch, which just makes me sad. So he is sitting at +4 defense right here. Going to go for another crunch because, I mean, we got 1 crit, and that takes him so close. But he is just going to Morning Sun after living that up. So I'm just like, okay, he's at +4 defense, and he's at +1 in special defense and special attack. A stored power at this range is just going to hurt so stinking bad. But I don't want him to set up any more Calm Minds, and I want him to start feeling pressured to attack. So we are going to set up the Swords Dance there, to let him know we aren't going to just continue to let him freely set up here. He's going to go for the stored power, and that is just going to do 1 full butt ton to us, and that is just sad face. Now, at this point, I don't have very many special attackers on the field. We're going to go out into Glorious, and pray an adaptability U-turn will put this thing in a range that it will be easily revengeable. And I see that go down, and I know for a fact that had to be a crit. And that crit mattered so much. And I apologize up and down to Kyle, and I immediately said I was so sorry for that. That pretty much would have been GG at that point. I don't think I had anything left fast enough to toxic it, to wear it down, and that just put him in an extremely bad position. He does have the Ice Shard, but that is not going to be enough to take out Big Burb, who is going to be able to take him out the Cloister with the Volt Switch. So that is that. That is another match in the books. We win 3-0 versus Sleeping Knight 77, aka Kyle, and the Montreal Toucannadiens. Again, not entirely certain. We deserved that victory with the double crit at the end on the Necrozma. Still feels sleazy that was how it turned out that we won. So again, my sincerest apologies for that crit. Never want to rely on crits for the victory. But yeah, we are sitting nice at 4-3 at this point, after having beaten the Montreal Toucannadiens and Kyle. So go check out his side, see what he has to say. It was just his birthday this weekend. Go let him know that you like him, you appreciate him, and he's an awesome dude. Just let him know, hey, happy belated birthday. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Friday before this upload. So go let him know you're thinking about him. Wish him a happy birthday. He's been down on his luck as far as battles go, and nobody enjoys that. You can take it from Oldmantup that stringing together some L's with some less than ideal luck is just no bueno. But anyways, this has been Oldmantup. Be sure and check him out. He's an awesome dude. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.